Are we live? Is this working? Yeah? Hey, gang. This is Tony, BlueGreen Artifacts. Good to see you. I haven't really done much with my channel over the last 2 years. I've made a few attempts here and there to do different content with comics. And then this past year, I've joined the Tales from the Flip Side crew, the Modern Playbook guys. I do help them out with, we're doing the Prospect 10 list for a long time. And doing different roundtables and such. Right now, one of the things I really like to do on some of the best content out there for comics, honestly, is pickups. Just seeing what other people are buying and selling. That's what I try to do in my Instagram account. If you follow me, BlueGreen Artifacts on Instagram, I try to be transparent as possible. Everything that I'm buying, everything that I'm selling, as much as I can keep up with, at least. Not telling people what to do, but just knowing what things I am picking up for future sales and what things I am selling. And just so you know, super quick, I'm a longtime collector, but I've moved into kind of a business model, which I think a lot of collectors have in the last 5-10 years or so. So yeah, I wanted to let it fund the hobby. And at this point, I'd really like it to do more than fund the hobby. I'd like it to pay some bills at home. I got 2 kids and a wife and a dog, and there's a lot of expenses that come up. So I love comics. I have my own personal collection, but honestly, for the right price, things in my personal collection, I'm happy to sell them. So anyways, I'm just going to fly through this stuff. I'm going to try to do this about once a week, maybe more than once a week, just showing some of the things that are coming in, talking about a little bit, maybe talk about my plans, what I plan to do with it. And that's pretty much it. I don't expect to get I only have like 40 subscribers to this at this point. So I don't expect to get many people in chat or anything. If I do, great, awesome. If you like this kind of pickup stuff, let me know and give me a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So let's get rolling here. So I'm going to start off with some books that I had pre-ordered through TIFA. Things from Another World is one of the popular pre-order sites. I do not have time to get to my local comic shop every week. Actually, my local comic shop closed down and started up across town, so it's even farther away from me now. So most of my new comic stuff I am pre-ordering. So this is one of the new Marvel Voices. I picked this one up just because of the America Chavez cover. I am a big America Chavez fan. Had pre-ordered a few copies of this puppy. This is the Recount #1 from Scout Comics. This is the 3rd print. Got like 6 copies of that. I bought these to sell. 1st and 2nd prints have been going well. Been optioned. Don't know much more than that. Some of these don't have a real good reason. Robin Hood Hellfire from Xenoscope. Just like the cover. I am in a mode where I'm picking up most of Rose Besh's work, and she signed a deal with Dynamite and is doing a lot of cool covers for a few of their titles. This is one of her good Sheena covers. David Nakayama is another person that I kind of chase. This is a cover he did for this one shot, 'Tis the Season to Be Freezin'. Didn't see the cover when I ordered it. Not my favorite Nakayama, but still, throw him a little support. Been loving this series. The series before it, Black, and this one, White, from Black Mass Comics, issue 5. Came in. I think we're jumping to some other stuff. Oh, I did get one of these, the Bad Idea, one of their last, if not the last, series, Odin's Eye, but that did pop off right away. I do read. I'm not only a buyer and seller, but I do not. I mean, like I said, I got a full-time job. I got 2 kids, 7-year-old, 9-year-old, and a dog, and a wife, and I do not get a chance to read every single week. I prefer to read in graphic novel format. So if there's something that I really have my eye on, I'll jump on, a couple months down the road when a graphic novel comes up. So this was not a pre-order. This was a Women of Power, the Deadpool 2099. And out of all the 2099 characters besides Spider-Man, my money is, I don't know. We could see a glimpse of Deadpool 2099 before some of the other 2099 characters. I do think Deadpool in the next movie or two is going to be making fun of the multiverse. So to see a 2099 version of Deadpool pop up is not out of the realm of possibility. This is a second print of Spider-Geddon number 0. This was an eBay purchase, Clayton Crane, kind of cool cover. These second prints have been definitely on my radar. This was a nice deal of an eBay purchase. The Star Wars, The Old Republic, number 1. This was the series, one of the last series that Dark Horse did with Star Wars. And it is the basis for the hugely popular MMO, the online role-playing game. So there are a lot of first appearances in these. And a lot of these issues, this Lost Sons, I want to say is the first appearance of Theron Shan. This is Satil Shan there. Theron Shan is her son, who's a Republic spy. What else we got? I think I got this on eBay for really cheap. Varegi is another artist. We've heard his name with Marvel covers recently, but he's got some old G.I. Joe covers. Just a really cool graphic design. Reminds me of kind of Aha a little bit, the way he sets up the page. What else? Picked up a full run of this Crimson Empire 2. I think I got these on Whatnot from my buddy Scaff, if I'm not mistaken. So issue 1, I don't know if these are in order. Most of these old Star Wars books, most any Star Wars book, if you get into Wikipedia, WOOKIEPEDIA, Wikipedia, and then whatever item or book or show you want to search, it'll give you the rundown. And it should also tell you how many first appearances are in that. If you look on Wikipedia for almost any Star Wars book, I swear almost half of them have first appearances in them. There's so many first appearances. Of course, most of those don't matter in the grand scheme of things, but you never know. Again, some late printings. I got to get these in bags. This is Spider-Geddon number 1. They did a different color background for this late printing. I think they did a version variant of this for a retailer. But it's really sharp. Again, second print with Spider-Verse coming up. You got a lot of the Spider characters there, including Spider-Punk down here. Those weren't cheap, but they're not everywhere. So got this from the Scout website. Count Draco Knuckle Duster. The metal. They only did 100 of these. This is numbered 58 out of 100. I like what Scout and Black Caravan is doing recently. We picked that up. Grabbed a few of these. I saw a upcoming release. Now, I know this game, for all you gamers out there, this game blows. This game really sucks. But there is a Netflix show coming out for Cyberpunk 2099 or 2077. Sorry. So since the game sucked, these kind of went down in value. They were up to about 20. They're back down to around cover price. But you know, if something's going to be on Netflix, they usually get a little promotion. Who knows? Maybe we'll sell it then. I am a subscriber to Bambox, the comic edition, and Bambox will give you a graded signed comic book every month. I think it's like $90 a month. But this was our book this month. It is Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man 30, an homage, of course, one of the most famous homages. It has 270 because this is the legacy numbering for 270. For Miles books, there are a few different color variations. This is Tyler Kirkham, and it's signed by Tyler Kirkham. This one, unfortunately, only came back in a 9.8. I think I've been doing this one for like 6 months now. This is the first 9.6 I've gotten. It is not a 9.8, but still Cool book, cool coloring. You never know what book you're going to get in those. And one nice thing, when they send you a slabbed book, they also give you the same book raw, just as a reader. So you get a little bonus action there. What else? David Nakayama said before, I chased his books. This was a Kickstarter variant he did for Patriotica that is just awesome. And they are not out there. So I think I paid, I should be telling you what I'm paying for these. I'm sorry. I think I paid about $40 for this. But again, it's a little bit of a ghost. Not many out there. Cult of Dracula from Source Point Press, I thought was a great series. I'm not sure where I got a hold of this one, but a virgin variant of Cult of Dracula by Shannon Mayer. Love that one. I have been part of Brian Simpleman's Comics Patreon since the beginning. His upper level Patreon members get a mystery box every month, and I'm missing 2 of them. But 3 of these came from that box. He gets a lot of 616 comics. He gets a lot of 616 retailer variants. I'm not sure if all of these are 616. I know most of them are, but he's got a DC versus Vampires #1. A cool cover. I don't even know. There's a House of Slaughter variant cover, #1. And then I don't even know that book. What book is this? Nita Hawes' Nightmare Blog by Image Comics. See, I don't know my shit. And that looks like a Mac to me. It is not a Mac. I don't know who the artist is, but it's giving me David Mack vibes, Zoo vibes, that kind of thing. All right, what else we got here? Let's shift these over so we don't fall down. My buddy Adam, I picked this up in his Whatnot sale. A really nice raw copy of the Ramos Silk First Appearance variant in Amazing Spider-Man #4. I do have this at a 9.8, but that's the only copy that I own. So glad to find another copy. Paid right around $300 for that. I don't like to spend that much, but you know, if you are buying and selling, there are some things you can't pinch pennies too much. You really can't, unless you're Mercenaut and you can find everything for 20 cents. This one I stumbled across and just loved the cover and picked up a couple of them. This is Star Wars Adventures: Ghosts of Vader's Castle. A really cool cover by Charm of this dead kid, this ghost kid, Spectre of Sith. Just a really striking bowl cut ghost. Cool cover. Got them for cover, so hey. I have been chasing some of the adult covers just because it's kind of fun to do adult shows on Whatnot. This would be part of an... I think I actually got 3 of these. I don't know if I should be editing this or not, but this is actually an orgy cover. That's all I'll say about that. But again, new release, cover price. In the same vein, we've got some Zombie Tramp. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this or not, but 4 copies of this Comic-Con variant, Risque, Zombie Tramp 81. Zombie Tramp has a huge following. We have Zombie Tramp 80. I'll cover it up strategically. Janie Bell, Risque variant, 4 of those. If you look back, it's hard to find some of these, especially the Risque variants. There are at least 2 Risque variants for every Zombie Tramp book that has come out since the beginning. Again, this is another one for 80. So there might be 6 variants for every issue of Zombie Tramp in the last, at least the last chunk of the run. And each of those 3 variants will have a regular version, and then we'll have a Risque variant. This one's kind of cool. Watchmen, before Watchmen, Rorschach #3. I got this as a reader copy, and it's a good thing it was a reader copy because it showed up bent in half, but whatever. It was cheap. I got this as a reader copy because I have a copy of this off to CGC right now. I sent one off for a signing for actually Robert De Niro. I got this comic book signed by Robert De Niro. I bought it as a 9.8, so I'm hoping it comes back as a 9.8 again. In this comic, not on the cover, unfortunately, but in this comic, you actually meet Rorschach meets Travis Bickle from Taxi, the taxi driver. Yeah, so there are not very many comics that De Niro kind of has been a part of. Oh crap, this got a little jaggedy on the back. That's too bad, but this was a Target exclusive for Star Wars Allegiance #1. It showed up in pretty bad condition, but cool cover. I like these variant covers that weren't widely released. D'Onofrio taking over the Kingpin role put me on to Kingpin variants. So this is Kingpin #4. I want to say this is the 1 in 25 or 1 in 10. Not really sure. But for considering how long he's been around, there aren't a lot of awesome Kingpin covers out there. Another book that's been on my radar from Black Caravan is Cherry Blackbird. This can go on my middle finger, in my middle finger collection. We've been putting together books for that. From Scout Comics and Black Caravan again. Scout Comics, they are really good at marketing. Another Scout book here, By the Horns. I think this was the web store variant. This is about a girl who's hunting down unicorns and killing them. A couple covers of that. Another Star Wars book that's just come to my radar. There is a character in here who has a first appearance named Tam Posla. He was actually in the movie Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One. But they actually cut his character. He wasn't in the movie. He was in the filming. They cut his character from the final draft. But there are shots of the guy who played him in the costume. Point being, he does show up in this one, Rogue One #2. And then he gets picked up as in the Dr. Aphra run. So he is a side character, an antagonist in the Dr. Aphra run. Now that we're getting Black Kristanen, I've started looking around at these other Dr. Aphra characters that we might see. We've got the murder droids. We've got her love interest. We've got Black Kristanen, but she does need antagonists as well. Roland Tag from issue 1 of the latest volume. And then maybe there's Tam Posla. What else? So there are a lot of these comic action figure packs out there. The most famous of which being the Spider-Man 2099, the white version. That one I think is cool for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's obviously any of these that came in toy packs. It's really hard to get it in high grade. They always end up with a little tick right here where the plastic touches the figure. If this top part gets bent at all, you're going to get a nice fat crease there. So high grade copies are not very easy to find. There are a lot of these comic packs. They've done a lot of books over the years. And most of them have not gone up in price, but there are a lot of keys that you can get this way. This obviously being the first appearance of the symbiote in Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #8. On the back, they show another one from Secret Wars, the first appearance of Julia Carpenter, Spider-Woman. There are a bunch of them. First Beta Ray Bill has one. First Snake Eyes has one. First Armor Wars. There's just a lot of them. And again, they haven't really jumped in the market. Most of them you can find just the raw book, which probably isn't going to be a 9.8 candidate, but you can find just the raw book for between 10 and 30 bucks. If you look on the CGC census, some of those books have less than 20 copies available. They're treated as a reprint. The front cover looks exactly the same, except for on the bottom corner, it'll say "not for resale" instead of having a UPC or the direct, headshot box with Spider-Man's face in it. But these comic packs, the unopened ones, you can find. I think I paid $25 for this. I know there probably are toy collectors who want to grab these and make sure the back is perfect. This one obviously is not, but I am not a toy collector. When I buy these, I rip them out, and I'm going to be getting the books inside pressed and sending them off to CGC. Some of them are regular binding, like this one that has staples. Some of them actually have no staples, just use a very thin, pressed binding, I guess. But I think this is a part of the market that has a really good chance to grow a lot, because I think when these were coming out, there weren't a lot of comic buyers, comic collectors picking them up. And if this was purchased by a comic collector, either it was a toy collector who is going to keep it in their toy collection forever and ever, or it's a kid who's going to play with it and rips it open, and that comic book will never survive that. So, yeah, I think these are a good opportunity, especially these big keys like this book right here. So that's that. What else? This one came in this week. Again, another Star Wars The Old Republic. They had 2 runs of this. This was number 1 of The Lost Sons on the bottom here. This was a newsstand variant. That's why I picked it up. Again, the newsstand variants will say Star Wars in this box, as opposed to the one if it just says direct edition. This came out in 2011. That was almost at the very end of the newsstand world. Just to compare it, Miles Morales' first appearance also came out in 2011. You can only speculate in how rare or how common they are, but people are saying that that's about a 1-to-100 ratio of regular copies versus newsstands at that point in time. And that was Marvel, so this is Dark Horse. I'm not sure if that ratio stands up. I believe, according to my friend Phil at Vintage Comics and Toys, I think the Dark Horse newsstands ended around 2014. Regardless, the newsstands from 2011 are going to be extremely rare. So 9.6, I'm very happy with that. I don't know. I have cracked and repressed and regraded things before or had them done. I don't know if I would do that with this or not. But again, a first appearance in a newsstand from 2011, hell yeah. I think I paid right about $100 for that. So I'm very happy with that. And then let's wrap it up. Yesterday I had a chance to stop, Friday. I had a chance to stop at a Half Price Books and picked up, yesterday, yeah. And picked up quite a few things. So let's just kind of fly through them. Just nothing huge, just stuff that kind of piqued my interest. This is the Women of Power variant for Kamala Khan in Miss Marvel number 8. I hadn't seen that one before. Kind of an homage to the press conference where Spider-Man revealed his identity. Cover for the Fearless Defenders, number 11. Nice cover. A book that I'm surprised we didn't really see when Hawkeye series was coming up, but Occupy Avengers, number 1, the variant. A good Clint Kate Bishop cover. They had this one for $10. That was the most expensive one at Half Price Books, but in excellent condition. A great old Wolverine 2 cover. They had a bunch of these Star Wars books for $5 or less in decent shape. So they had number 18, number 13. No newsstand, so that means this was one of the Whitmans with the diamond shape up here. Whitman was kind of the predecessor to the direct market. So back at this time, 1979, 1980, the Whitmans or the directs were the rare version compared to the newsstand. Here's a number 8, first appearance of Jackson. Love that little rabbit. He is, I guarantee, I can't guarantee. I strongly suspect that Taika Waititi, when he makes a Star Wars property, is going to be trying to use Jackson if it's in that era. But a newsstand of that, Star Wars 8, not bad condition. Not a 9.8, but not bad. Some more Star Wars books. I had never seen this one before, a Marvel series called Beckett, #1. We've got a cool Wakanda Forever, Spider-Man Wakanda Forever, Terry Dodson cover. Picked up a few of these Rick and Mortys. I don't really know my Rick and Mortys, but if it's a #1, why not? I don't think they're so old. Rick and Morty Vindicators, Rick and Morty Crombopolis, Michael. Again, not really aware. Picked up a couple of these Punisher #1s from the last 6-7 years, but cool cover, if nothing else. Good condition. Vision #7. #8. I think this was a ratio incentive variant, but kind of a cool nesting doll variant. I have one of these. This is another DNA David Nakayama cover of the new Ultimates, the all-new Ultimates #4. Those bathing suit covers, it's hard to pass those up. Another Dark Horse Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron Masquerade. I mean, for $1.50, why not, right? A couple of copies of Huck. Huck is an optioned Mark Millar title. So for $1 a piece, got issue 1 and issue 2, which is a cool Field of Dreams homage. I guess we had more copies of issue 2 and 3 of that Masquerade series. This one being a newsstand. And we're back to direct for #3. But for $1.50, honestly, if they have them in LCS, I mean, most local comic shops have bumped up their Star Wars books where nothing is under $5 anymore. So we got Darth Vader #15. I believe this was the 2015 run. Again, $1.50. #13 with an awesome cover with the murder droids from Dr. Aphra. Happy with that one. Amazing Spider-Man #6. It's kind of hard to see, but a cool on the side of a building battle shot between Spider-Man and Mr. Negative. I do like Mr. Negative as a villain. And they had a whole run of this Rocket Raccoon. I don't think I have an order, but I didn't realize Scotty Young did all the covers for them. Scotty Young covers are definitely in a renaissance. So we've got #1. By the way, this one, they've taken this shot and turned it into a Rocket Raccoon statue. So not that that matters that much, but it's popular. #2. #3. Maybe these aren't in order. 4. These are all Scotty Young covers. Not like his traditional Scotty Young covers. They have a little bit more action going on. Actually I sold this one in a Whatnot sale just last week. I think I got like $15 for it. So for $1.50, I will take another one. Why not? My good friend Mel V has the whole market buying Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur covers. This is her Women of Power variant for #5. Nice cover. I've been on a kick collecting Laura and Gabby, X-23 and Honey Badger. So this is an X-23 #2. I think this is just cover A, but nice cover. They had a whole mini series of Wolverine and Gambit, and I must have just quit collecting right before this came out because I don't recognize it at all. This is a newsstand variant. It's chromey. They're all chromey. Got 4 issues. There's 4. I don't know who the artist is. Tim Sale. I guess I do know. But for $2 a piece, I think 2 of them are newsstands. But they all have the chrome. 90s chrome is another thing that is definitely having a renaissance. It was kind of a joke for a long time, but at this point, to keep those chrome books, those fancy books in a high grade and those long boxes, people have realized that's not easy to do. Mace Windu #3. Nothing special there, but again, a Star Wars book for $2. Why not? This one I really like. Star Wars. This was the first volume that Marvel did after they got the IP back, but this is a second print of #50. Just a really beautiful cover. We got a Radioactive Spider-Gwen number 3. Radioactive Spider-Gwen is a run that I think is a little bit slept on. Got a really nice cover of Silk number 19. I think this was the final issue. But again, for $2, hell yeah. There's that other Punisher number 1 that we picked up. Kind of a Halloween issue. Invader Zim, if I can get a low number or a variant cover of Invader Zim, I'm picking it up. So for $1.50, $2, absolutely. Any Gwenpool that I can find out there, if it's cover price or less, I'm grabbing it. These battle line variants, I'm grabbing if it's a character that is either hot or got a property coming up, which She-Hulk does. Victor Laval's Destroyer. Victor Laval is the author who wrote, well, this one, Destroyer, but he also did Eve from Boom Studios. And he's more of an author, like a novelist who started to do comics. So this is issue 2. Destroyer was kind of a Frankenstein tale, if I'm not mistaken. Almost ready to wrap it up here. A cool cover for Dark Horse Comics, Star Wars Rebel Heist number 3. Kind of cool Chewbacca cover for $1. Hell yeah. That was a direct. And then just got this because of Terry Dodson. Terry and Rachel Dodson did this image book called Red One. I had never seen it before. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that Pop Kill number 4, just with the coloring. But anyways, that's all we got. I think we're going to just try to do this about once a week. And shoot any questions in the comments. I do have quite a few followers on Whatnot. I'm at BlueGreen Artifacts right down here. Check me out. Go download it if you haven't downloaded it yet. Check me out on Instagram. I have quite a few followers there. I really kind of let this YouTube channel die on the vine. So I'm hoping to give it a little resuscitation. So please, if you do watch this, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Click on the little bell for notifications, all that good stuff, so we can bring this back from the dead. All right. And what I'd like to do is maybe do even some live streams with the channel, with this channel and my Whatnot sales, and go from there. All right. Peace. Have a good night, all. Catch you next time.